everyone, my name is Sarah Westerway and I am a Master Practitioner with Healing Solutions. I'm joined today by Dr. Tom Miller, who is a Senior Practitioner with Healing Solutions, and our test client, who is Kylie. She's here today to be tested with Polarity Reversal. So welcome, Tom, and welcome, Kylie.
Thanks for having me.
Hi.
Thanks for having me on, and us on, I mean. Thanks for having us on.
Well, it's good for us all to be together, and Kylie is an Australian, so knows this work very well. She's one of my clients, actually. So we brought her on today to show about polarity reversal and how we treat our clients. So thank you very much for joining us today, Kylie.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
So we can just get straight into it and just demonstrate what happens, what we do, how we test, and go from there.
Sounds good to me. So we always start our testing with checking polarity. So we need to make sure that Kylie's polarity is online, right? So that her north pole is here and her south pole is at the tip of her tailbone. If it's not, if her polarity is flipped, then our testing is just going to be off. It's not going to be good. And so really, to help anybody, our testing has to be completely accurate. Okay. And so the way that we test this is, Kylie, I'm going to test for you. Okay. I'm your surrogate here because you're, on the other side of the world. So I'm just going to have you say, I want to be healthy.
I want to be healthy.
Okay. So that tests true. I'm testing for you, and that tests true. Okay. I'll have you say, I want to be sick.
I want to be sick.
Okay, that also tests true. Okay, now I know that you don't want to be sick. Okay, and so that's our test for polarity. Okay, it should always be strong, weak. Okay, I want to be healthy should always be strong. I want to be sick should always be weak or no or false. Okay, and so you test strong on both. Okay. So therefore we know. Now we could do it a different way too. I could have you say, my name is Kylie.
My name is Kylie.
That tests true. Say, my name is Sarah.
My name is Sarah.
That tests true. Okay. And so when our polarity is off, our truth testing just doesn't work very well. Okay. Yeah. So the way that we're going to get you on reverse is I'm going to have you tap some points. Okay. So size your hands like this. Yep, yep. And then under your nose, on your top lip. Yep, and then on your chin. Good. And then with one hand, I'll just have you put your fingertips together like that. Good. And then just put that on your belly, about 2 inches up from your belly button. Okay. And usually this is enough to clear the reverse polarity enough so that we can test. Okay. So now I'll have you say, I want to be healthy.
I want to be healthy.
Okay. That's true. I'll have you say, I want to be sick.
I want to be sick.
Perfect. Okay. All right. So as long as you hold your belly spot, you're testable. Okay. And so what I like to do is we could just jump in and we could do some work on your back, see why see if we could fix your back. But I really want to get your polarity squared away before we do that. Okay. To me, that's just the best way to do it.
So I just want to explain for people who are just joining us, Kylie's main complaint is a sore lower back. So we're going to be working on that today. So when we test for polarity reversal, we're testing for our own purposes to make sure our testing is right and that we're getting the right information for the person that we're testing for. So some practitioners will just correct polarity reversal and move on. But for the purpose of our demonstration today, we're actually going to find out what made your polarity reverse. And then that is sort of an extension of what we do.
Yep, perfect. So the most common cause for polarity reversal is toxicity in the body. Okay. And I'm not sure how that works, but it's like if we reach a certain level of toxicity, our body doesn't have the ability to maintain our polarity. So what we do right away is we check to make sure that there's not anything in your environment, Kylie, that's causing you to be reversed. So we check ingestants, which would be food, water, anything you're ingesting. Injectants, anything that that breaks the skin and leaves a residue in the body. Inhalants, of course, anything that might be breathing. Contactants, anything that you're touching or is touching you. Okay. So we'll just start with ingestants, and I'll have you say, I want to be healthy. All ingestants.
I want to be healthy.
I'm sorry. Let's just say all ingestants. That was my mistake.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah,
All ingestants.
Okay. All
I
ingestants.
want to be healthy.
Yep. Okay. And then all ingestants, I want to be sick.
All ingestants, I want to be sick.
Okay. So it's not anything that you're eating or drinking. I'm just going to double check on that. Testing for Kylie. All ingestants, I want to be healthy. All ingestants, I want to be sick. Okay. All right. So let's go to injectants, and I'll have you say all injectants.
All injectants.
Okay.
I want to be healthy.
Yep. So when you say all injectants, I get false on that, or no, or weak right off the bat. So I know there's some injectants. Okay. So I can count. And so injectants are like shots, bites, poison ivy, anything that breaks the skin. Sometimes even like root canals will be an injectant area. Sometimes they'll test out differently, like an entry point, but sometimes that'll actually show up as an injectant. So it can be a lot of different things, but let me just check. Testing for Kylie. How many ingestants? There's 1, 2. There's 2. Okay. Are these both? Okay. There's 2 injectants. Okay. Are either of these shots bites? These are bites. Okay. Spider bites? Are either of these? Okay. Yeah. One of these is a spider bite. Okay. The other is insect. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So spider venom, I know you guys got deadly spiders down there, but spider venom in general is really hard on the body. It has a tendency to shut down the adrenal glands, so we don't have enough cortisol production to control inflammation and things like that. So let me just go back and check again. Testing for Kylie, all in, yeah. So as soon as I try and test for injectants, I get stopped. So how many? There's 1, there's 2. Okay, these are bites, yes. 1 is spider, yes. 1 is insect, yes. Okay, perfect. So then I'm going to ask, how many toxins did you get loaded up with? Okay, so we know there's 2 bites. So how many toxins? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I'm just going to jot that down. So there's 7 toxins. Okay.
So just before you go, Tom, go on. What Tom's testing is, if it's a injectant, then we can sort of, if we're not sure what it was, if the client doesn't know if it was a spider bite, we can then test, is it man-made or is it biological? And then if it tests as biological, then we can go, okay, this is a insect bite. This is something else that's broken the skin. So maybe it's been a cut that has then got staph involved in it. So we can be more specific if we're not sure. Like, so if Kylie doesn't actually know she's been bitten by a spider, we can be more specific that way. Mm-hmm. And then the other thing that you're doing, which is an extension, is then with those injectants that have pierced her skin, how many toxins have gone into Kylie's body as a result of those injectants.
Exactly right. Yep. So I'm just going to park that for right now, and then I'm going to check inhalants. So Kylie, I'll have you say all inhalants.
All inhalants.
Okay. All inhalants, I want to be healthy.
All inhalants, I want to be healthy.
Okay. There's something there too. I'm just going to have you say there's more than 1.
There's more than 1.
There's more than 2.
There's more than 2.
There's more than 3.
There's more than 3.
Okay, there's actually 3 inhalants. Okay. And let's park that for a second. I'm going to have you say all contactants.
All contactants?
Yep. All contactants, I want to be healthy.
All contactants, I want to be healthy.
All contactants, I want to be sick.
All contactants, I want to be sick.
Okay, you're okay there. Okay. Sometimes if we see contactants and inhalants, together. Oftentimes it'll be something in the house like laundry, soap, or whatever. So you get the contactant part of it and the inhalant. But these are just 3 inhalants, okay? So I'm just gonna ask, let's see, are these current? Yes, okay. Was Kylie exposed today? Yes, okay. Are
Just just test her horse feed.
her what?
The horse feed. Giving the horse the hay for the horses.
Okay, the horse feed, okay.
She doesn't eat it, the horses do.
Okay, all right. So here's how I'm gonna check that. I'm actually gonna erase the horse feed. All right, believe it or not, we can energetically just erase that. And then if I check testing for Kylie, all other inhalants want to be healthy, inhalants want to be sick. Okay, so that clears it. So you guys have been down this road before then, clear, obviously.
I could just see the horse feed, and I know horse feed in particular can have mold in it even when you don't see it. And it's probably number one. I think with my clients with horses, it's number one for inhalants, seems to be.
Okay. So I'm just going to ask how many toxins okay, in this field of inhalants. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. There's 8. More than 8. There might be 9. I'm going to say there's 9. Okay. I'm just going to ask: are any of these man-made? No. Okay. These are biological. Yeah. Okay. Are any of these mycotoxin? Yes. Okay. So there is some mold toxin in there for sure. Okay. Okay. So we've got 16 toxins. All right. So I'm just gonna ask now, testing for Kylie, can we clear these today? Yes. Will this trigger a healing crisis? No. Okay. Sometimes if we clear too many toxins, it'll throw the body into a healing crisis where there's more toxin being delivered. You know, the body's trying to clear more toxin than it really can. Okay. I'm just going to ask.
I just wanted to clarify, because we can't see how you test, Tom. So I just wanted to show people. So Tom tests on his leg. Yeah. And he's got his hand on his leg and he's testing down there. So even though he is testing, so just because you can't see it, I just wanted to clarify.
Okay. Yeah, this is how I learned. And so this works best for me. And weirdly enough, my left hand works better than my right. And it works better if my hand is supported. Okay. So I can try and test up here and just see. That's fine.
Happens. I just wanted to explain that you are testing down. You're just below the camera. I test like this. So my hand is normally on the desk and I test on my leg. So I use the thumb, but you normally just can't see it. Some people test differently, like there's other ways to test, but I thought it'd be good to explain that you are testing down there.
I usually close my eyes too. I seem like I get kind of deeper in and better information that way. But okay. So we're good. We'll go on.
We're all good.
Okay. So I don't want to just clear 16 toxins and then have Kylie get sick from that. So I usually always ask, all right, is it safe to do this today? Do we have permission to do this today? We can also ask, testing for Kylie, is it best to do a reconnection? Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. And what that means is that we want to make sure that all of her organs, glands, and tissues are connected with her healing intelligence. Okay. Essentially with the brain. Okay. I want to make sure that all of her body systems, organs, glands, and tissues, everything is online with the brain so that her body has a much better chance of clearing things more effectively that way. Okay. So should we do that?
Yeah, let's do that. We can reconnect. Okay. So if you're learning healing solutions, this is what we call the reconnection and physical scan product. If people.
Yep. Yeah. So I'm just going to ask, testing for Kylie, all of my body systems are online with my healing intelligence. Yeah. Okay. So that's easy. All of my body systems are online with my healing intelligence. Yeah, okay. I have one or more organs, glands, or tissues that are not connected. Yes, okay. So I'm just going to run down the list and just ask for Kylie, is this a hollow organ? Yes, okay. Is this pituitary? It is, okay. So her pituitary is offline, okay. Is this large intestine, stomach, thyroid, small intestine, gallbladder? You have a gallbladder, Kylie?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Bladder. Okay. All right. Just going to check the solid organs. Lungs are, so your lungs are offline too. All right. Okay. Spleen is offline. Okay. Pancreas is online. Adrenals are offline. All right. And that's probably the spider thing. Pancreas is really kind of iffy. I'm just going to bring that in too, and we'll reconnect that. Okay. Heart is online. Liver is offline. Kidneys are offline. Okay. All right. Pelvic organs are online. Hypothalamus is offline. Thalamus is online. Vagus nerves are online. All cranial nerves are online. Yes. Okay. Functional brain areas are online. Sensory brain engines are online. Spinal fluid is online. Lymphatics are offline. Okay. Something else we need to bring online today. No. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to touch all the points for those organs. So pituitary here, gallbladder here. These are the Chinese pulse points. Okay. Gallbladder, bladder, liver, kidney, lungs, spleen, pancreas, adrenal, and hypothalamus. And then all we do is we just tap it in like this. Okay. So there's a part of the brain here that's very receptive to information, and we can just bring all that in. Okay. Now I'm just going to go back and ask, testing for Kylie now, all of my organs, glands, and tissues are 100% online with my healing intelligence. Yes. Okay. All of my entry points are online. Healing circuits are online. Detoxification pathways are online. Immune pathways all online. Okay. Okay.
And then
now,
I also connected spinal segments, drainage pathways, functional brain areas, cranial nerves, immune pathways, and put her body into autonomic balance.
you connected all that? Good,
I did all that
you.
just while you were doing that. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Thanks. Okay, so now what we can do is we can go and clear toxins. Okay. And so again, I just bring that information in for Kylie. There's toxins that we need to clear. Okay.
This is like the body's awareness. So it's like making the body aware that there's something there.
Yeah, it's like pay attention here. Pay attention. Okay. So the toxins are likely in these organs that were offline. All right. But I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to ask, where do these toxins? Okay. All right. Maybe I shouldn't bring this in at this point. It might be too confusing, but what I like to do is I like to ask, where, like, are these toxins binding cell surface receptors? And if they are, where are those receptors and in what tissue? Okay. But rather than going into that, we'll just ask the body, where are these toxins being held? Okay. All right. Is that okay? Or do you want me?
Yeah, that's good. I think for this one, that's fine. I think that's
okay. Okay. All right. So we notified the body that there's some toxins. Now we want to ask where they're at. Okay. So do these toxins, any of these toxins resonate in the pituitary? Yeah. Okay. In the large intestine. Okay. So that wasn't offline, but there are toxins there. In the stomach, no. In the thyroid, yeah, maybe a little bit in the thyroid. Okay. Okay. In the small intestine, yes. Okay. In the gallbladder, yes. In the bladder, yes. Okay. In the heart, no. Liver, yes. Kidneys, yes. Okay. Lungs, yes. Spleen, yes. Pancreas, yes. Adrenal, yes. Okay. Somewhere else in the body, in the lymphatics, okay, which makes sense. So the body's trying to shift this stuff through. Somewhere else in the body, yeah. Okay. Pelvic organs, in the pelvic organs, yeah. Okay. in the pelvic organs. Okay. Somewhere else in the body. Okay. So let's just bring all of those tissues in, and then to clear it, we just touch cerebellum, and then we just tap it in again. Okay. So that's my usual sequence, Sarah. Is that how you do that?
I do it a little bit differently, but you sort of extend a little bit more on the toxins and things like that, but very similar. I reconnect. So like I was saying with the reconnection scan, we have a list of what we reconnect. So that's kind of like our circuit breakers, what we call. So I reconnect those. Then I would find the organs, glands and tissues that are offline and then pull those back in.
Yep.
Then I would do self-service receptors. Yeah. So very similar to what you do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, we're all different because we all have different experiences and ways to do it.
Yeah.
Our intention is the same. What's offline to the body, what's going on for the person, and where do we need to see that, and what's blocking that, from being seen in the body.
Yeah. So now here's the beauty of it is we can go back and retest to see if this work actually was good. So Kylie, I'll have you say, so you can take your fingers off of your belly spot. Okay. And I'll have you say, I want to be healthy.
I want to be healthy.
Okay, that's true. I want to be sick.
I want to be sick.
That's false. All right. So that's perfect. That's perfect. Now your polarity is online. Okay. And so honestly, if that's all we did for every client, everybody would show some improvement.
So I just wanted to thank you, Dr. Tom Miller, for joining me today. And as being our test client, I really appreciate your time. So thank you for tuning in to the next episode of Healing Solutions, and we'll join you soon.
Thank you, Kylie.
Thank you very much.
Good to meet you.
You too.
Okay.